The women's 100 meter dash at the Diamond League final is officially over, and this one ended basically the same way the last one did, with Julien Alfred as the victor. But that is the end of a very interesting story, so allow me to go all the way back to the beginning and paint the picture. Because the Diamond League final, at this moment, really kind of has a unique status in the track and field world. Because for some athletes, winning that final or placing highly enough depending on, some variables, ultimately that can get you into the world championships. These are the same athletes who belong at the world championships. Normally you got to run for a nation like America or Jamaica. So in the women's 100, Tia Clayton was in that situation, where at the Jamaican trials, she made the final, had a good shot to make the team, and then got hurt in that final race. So she had to win the Diamond League final if she wanted to join Shericka Jackson and everybody else to represent Jamaica at the Worlds. And she didn't. Julien Alfred did exactly what she does. The gun went off. Mind you, this is a race after, a false start, so I think the times were going to be a little bit slower anyway. And yeah, the first half of the race, she is competitive with Jacia Sears and Tia Clayton, and there was a time when I really thought Tia Clayton might have it. I was like, oh snap, is this going to be one of those moments? And then 60 meters was over, and the last 40 happened, where it was a Julien Alfred show. She does what she does, she runs away from the field, makes it clear that you never really had a chance, which is what I think everybody kind of understood when the gun went off. And the final time is 10.75 seconds. It was basically still wind, like a positive 0.3, so that's not really much to debate about. And when she comes back and runs 10.75 like this, because we had not seen Julien Alfred for a while. She had run in the Diamond League earlier this year. She, there were conflicting reports whether she was injured or not. Ultimately, she pulled out of a few meets, comes back and says, hey, I'm running the Diamond League final, which may have always been the plan. And now we are, back where we started. Because for the last month and a half, if you actually have eyes and we're watching the races, it's pretty clear that the women's 100 meter dash is not wide open. Not even a little bit. There are two women who are actually racing for gold. That's it. Just two. Everybody else is running for that bronze medal. Julien Alfred and Melissa Jefferson-Wooden are those people. The gold medal is going to either one of them. You can place your bets on either side depending on how you feel about it. I'm going to go Melissa Jefferson-Wooden because I've seen 10-7, 10-6, 10-7, and 10-6 from that woman. That's what she does. But if she's going to lose, the only person on the planet who I think can take her out is Julien Alfred. And coming back to run 10.75 like this is a reminder that she is in that conversation. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, and if you really want to know what's going on with the fastest athletes in the world, then you are in the right place. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section, because I try to read them all. The way this race ends, if you look at the rest of the field, Tia Clayton still goes 10.84 seconds. Incredibly fast, and it proves that she belongs to be in a world championship final. But the way the rules are set up, because we don't actually invite the fastest people in the world, we invite most of them. But due to a bunch of politics, some of them have to get left out. It just is what it is. We take people from around the world that fell at the field. And she's going to be one of those individuals who, at least individually, is going to get left out. Again, unless I'm missing something, hopefully somebody in the comments can let me know. As far as I understand it, this is it. And it was, again, more or less a foregone conclusion, because I never really believed that Tia Clayton was going to beat Julien Alfred. But the way the women's 100 is set up, that the women who are competing for the first two spots, flip it, gold, silver, whichever way you want to go, then you have the women who are going for bronze. And that list is pretty interesting, because you've got the women from Jamaica. You could argue that Sha'Carri Richardson, if she runs closer to herself, could be competing for that medal. Marie Jose Talu Smith, she could be in that group. She's the one who, false started and ran under protest. Dina Asher Smith just ran 10.94 in this race. But the problem is 10.7 and 10.6. But basically no wind. We're not talking about incredibly wind assisted times here. 10.7 and 10.6 on the women's 100 is a far cry away from 10.8 and 10.9. And that's where the rest of the field is. They're just trying to break 11. Because historically speaking, if you could just break 11, you were going to be right there in the women's 100. But that was then. This is right now. You're not competing for medals with that performance. It's just not happening. You're going to have to figure out how to go 10.7 something if you want to be in the conversation. Again, 10.7 something. And if you want to win, again, if we're just going off of the races we have and, assuming that, the weather factors and everything else cooperate, it's probably going to take 10.6 to win this gold medal. But that's exactly what happened in 2023. 10.65 was enough to get the victory. Again, the weather, all the other cooperating factors were, solid enough. And Sha'Carri Richardson was the one who pulled it out. But Julien Alfred, the same way she was the spoiler in 2024, because if you had eyes and you were watching the races, you knew that she was a legitimate competitor. But because she didn't have a brand name yet, I said, especially once we knew Shericka Jackson and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce weren't going to run in the Olympic final, like both of them ended up pulling out under different pretenses, it was Sha'Carri Richardson's race to lose, and only Julien Alfred in the world could stop her. This year, it's looking like the same script again. A woman from America, but a different one. It's Melissa Jefferson-Wooden's race to lose. Let's get that out of the way. But only Julien Alfred is like the only person who could actually stop her. We don't know what's going to happen in essentially 16 days when the World Championships kick off. And then you have, the different rounds for the women's 100. I mean, it seems like there's going to be absolutely no concern on whether Melissa Jefferson-Wooden and Julien Alfred will run those rounds with very little challenge to make the final. They're likely going to be in the top 2 spots because I don't see anybody who can run faster than them. Like, they can run pretty comfortably and still go 10-8, 10-7, like, without challenge. So I think that's all on the board. But in that final race, it's a toss-up because only one woman can get the gold. And we know that it's going to be neck and neck to the line. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden got the victory at the Prefontaine. But that race doesn't have the same stakes as the World Championship final in Tokyo. And Julien Alfred is a reigning gold medalist for a reason. So now that she's done 10.75 and brought back her second Diamond League final championship in a row, and she's coming off of Olympic gold medal in that same event, if you really want to win the world this year, you still have to go through her, regardless of who your name is or what you think you are doing at this moment. In the sport of track and field, race day is honestly the easy part, because all of the real work gets put in when nobody is watching. When you wear every day is training day gear, you can let the whole world know that your success in competition is not an accident. Order yours at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below, and it always comes with free shipping. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.